Hello, hello. Welcome to everybody. Welcome to this Impact EdTech webinar series. And today we are very pleased to get started with the Edhance webinar and learn more about this very innovative solution and the piloting that took place during the last 3 months. My pleasure to present today's webinar and with a great team that we have today. My name is Roman and I work with European Schoolnet who are hosting today's events, and I am joined today by my colleague Maria, who is in the background and ensuring that everything runs smoothly. And I will be your moderator for today's event. Hi to all in the chat. Let's begin with a very quick introduction. So first, let me tell you a bit about Impact EdTech. We are a European incubator accelerator for startups and SMEs. We are a consortium of 3 partners with complementary expertise. European Schoolnet is a network of 33 European ministers of education. Our partner ISTE is a worldwide leader in digital education, and Funding Box is an EU expert in funding opportunities, knowledge and connections. So over the past 2.5 years, we have supported a total of 43 European innovators to thrive and develop their digital educative solutions. And so we have achieved this via 3 open calls, and Edhance as a participant of our 3rd open call, which is ending at the end of this month. The 3rd open call target EdTech solutions that work towards more inclusive education, personalized learning and skills development that are relevant in today's world. We had a total of 278 eligible startups that applied to the call, and only 17 were selected to take part in the first part of the program, the incubation program. And out of these, only 8 made it to the 2nd stage. And the acceleration part of the program, and Edhance is actually one of them. So we're very proud to have them today, as well as their piloting team. And today's webinar aims to showcase the result of this acceleration stage, during which the startup had the opportunity to pilot their solution in schools and classroom in different European countries. Today we'll hear more from the startup, from the educational mentor, and from the pilot teachers on their experience and return on experience in the program. I also would like to say a few words on impact and what makes it unique. So we envision the acceleration stage to be equally beneficial for the startup, but also for the teachers and school, the educational community, as well as the mentors. So the startup get access to equity-free financial support when participating in this program, and they get thorough business and educational mentoring in the long term, as well as this exciting opportunity to pilot in real educational setting. When it comes to teachers in school, thanks to their participation in this program, they have access to the most innovative educational technologies and test the newest products available in the market, and also to give and provide feedback on these. And in doing so, they definitely help supporting innovators in improving their solution and ultimately achieve EdTech excellency. Thank you very much for being with us today. So this is the end of my very short introduction. The floor will be given in a minute to today's speakers. I post here the link to the Impact EdTech social medias, as well as my personal email address, should you have any question about the program in itself. So today we will welcome the Edhance piloting team and showcasing Lucas, the founder of Edhance. We'll hear also from Tulia, Edhance educational mentor, and also Maria, one of the 3 pilot teachers that tested the solution during the past month. So I believe we'll be starting with Lucas. You'll be the first one to take the floor, and we'll hear about Edhance from a successful pilot to a maximum impact. So Lucas, the floor is yours now. You're free to start your presentation, and I'll be here to moderate, pass the floor. I'll see you at the end also for a short Q&A.
Thank you, Roman. I will now share my presentation and introduce our results from piloting phase.
We have it, all good.
Yeah, perfect. So, the Edhance reform. The Edhance reform was born thanks to our 5-length communication with teachers on our Edhance app, which is our previous tool. And we would like to help teachers to assign and create learning activities such as exercises, homework, or tests without the need for the superior digital competencies that are engaging for students and is easy to use. So we came up with the idea of the Edhance reform, and thanks to Impact EdTech, we were able to bring it from the prototype phase to a minimum viable product, and now to pilot it with real teachers across 3 European countries. So you can see here one of the assignments created directly in Edhance reform and the user interface itself. What's the best thing about the tool? The teachers appreciate the variability and ability to use 3 different smart templates. So they can use image input, typing, dragging and dropping, selecting from the drop-down list, everything very user friendly, which fits across subject specific needs. And what is a real highlight, according to feedback, is how we integrated the automatic evaluation or assessment feature, so the teachers can have instant overview how is the activity of their students, how is their student progress, who submitted their task and who did not, and this is crucial for further personalized learning for the needs of the particular students. So during the piloting phase, we entered on pilot base our new markets, which is a result from our business market analysis that we conducted in the previous phase during beginning of the year. And we decided to go to Spain and Romania. The reason behind this is that both markets are emerging. There is a huge opportunity. There is also great need. These markets are not such saturated as, for example, in Scandinavia. There's the right mindset, and also those 2 countries are really big with many with a huge population, and for us, therefore, there is great opportunity in scaling. And these countries are also culturally very different. So for our perspective, it will be proof of concept if we succeed on those markets, that we can adapt almost anywhere. Thanks to some let's say lesser activity from Czech schools that are not so eager to participate in such beautiful projects as this Impact EdTech. We were forced to find some other solution for third piloting teacher, and this was great opportunity for us because the third teacher is from Poland. She conducted she conducted piloting in English, but it gave us very useful experience in an insight to Polish educational system. Poland was on our short list for countries where we see opportunity. Unfortunately, there are quite difficult barriers to entry for companies outside Poland. But with this direct experience, we can judge this opportunity much more better, and hopefully in future we will also enter the Polish market. As I already mentioned, the Spain is fourth most populous country in the EU. So there is a huge target group for us, and in later part you will see the or hear the experience from Spanish market, because our next speaker, Maria, one of our piloting teachers, she's from Spain, and she did tremendous results. And also gave us very useful insight into the educational market or educational landscape in Spain, and across the subjects, across the age groups, and so on. On the other hand, Romania is also a huge country. There are some specific challenges, such as that almost 1/3 of population lives in rural areas. But there is also a huge demand for digital platforms to be used in education. There is this opportunity window when the education is digitized in Romania, and there are no mainstream tool that gained dominance so far, and therefore it is also a great chance for us to use this emerging market. And we share some common history, such as post-communistic country that is new member of the EU. So this is for us also very helpful. I would like, first of all, thank to all the teachers who took part in the piloting for their valuable feedback, for their proactivity, how they used very intensively Edhance reform tool within their teaching and strategies, and showed us some new opportunities. We are confident that the reform app can make a positive difference to the way teachers work, and we look forward to bringing it to the wider EU market. This was for us really crucial because we believed that it has crucial added value for teachers that's the tool which is tailor-made for their needs. But we need to demonstrate that this is something much smarter and much better fit than, for example, only Google Forms. The feedback from teachers had been overwhelmingly positive, with all three teachers finding the app easy to use and citing the automatic assessment feature as a particular highlight. So we are very happy to be able to reach our objectives. It's important to know that the well-functional process of onboarding new users is really fundamental. It is based also on global data, as any software as service. There is around 40% weight of how successful you will be. It's based on how you can teach your new users about features of your product, and if they are able to reach their goals with your product within the very first moments, within the very first days. It is the breaking point if you succeed with your software or if not. So this was the part we were focusing primarily, and we created set of learning resources to make product adoption more efficient. We created demo tasks where we can demonstrate what you are able to create with Reform tool. We then produced some video tutorials which provided guidance alongside the very first steps with the app, and with the crucial tasks you need to do. And based on the feedback and based on interviews we conducted in the middle of piloting, we produced some additional video tutorial focused on some more advanced part of organization structure within the workflow, because we were able to identify that this is some moment where we can lose our users, where they can get disoriented. Thankfully, we were also able to provide user support like almost 24/7. So our colleague Philip Manet, he is a teacher himself, and he is one of our developers, and he was able to give guidance to our teachers anytime when they struggle, and then we used it to make our manuals, our video tutorials, and other resources much more clear and understandable. Right now, based on these learnings, based on the feedback from teachers, we were also able to identify and articulate the most important added values for targeting our customers in Spain and in Romania. So we will be able, since September, to start targeting teachers on a very wide scale through Google AdWords and through our landing pages. We actually developed 18 landing pages, like 6 versions of landing pages, each of them dedicated to particular value, which is something that teacher is seeking for help or seeking for solution, such as how to create and assign interactive digital homeworks or tests, how to save time when obtaining these digital resources for teaching, and so on. And we developed also campaigns connected to those values, to those landing pages, and we will be able to reach out to our target groups very efficiently. I would like also to pinpoint really helpful session with specialized mentor Christina Pug, who is founder of Fiction Express, who helped us to build this sales strategy, this whole process, as she is very successful. She leads one of the most successful Spanish educational startups. And this was tremendous value for us and our future business. This is just a sneak peek to our following steps, our plans, what to do after the Impact EdTech program is over. We believe that this leads us to successfully gain the attention from investors and to obtain the investing on the level of Series A. We are already in communication with some leading European VC funds, and as soon as we gain some initial traction, we can start some serious talks. So hopefully we will be one of the very next European education unicorns. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Lucas. Thank you so much for opening up and presenting the great results and the great achievements that you've had over the past month. It's truly inspiring. And I see that you're doing great, and that you will continue to also grow and yeah, onboard more teachers, more testers for your solution. That's brilliant. Now I would like to invite Maria to take the floor, and it would be amazing to hear more about the Reform class experience. So how did it go for you? What can you tell us? You are representing the 3 pilot teachers that tried the solution for the past 3 months. And yeah, very much looking forward to hearing the results.
I'm just sharing my screen. Okay, wait. Can you see it?
Not yet.
No.
Now?
Yes, now we have it. Brilliant.
Wonderful.
Go ahead.
My name is, let me check. Sorry, that is not really working. Now, okay. I'm María del Mar Alemán. I'm from Spain. I've been teaching here in Spain since 2016. I'm a science teacher, but the past 2 years I've been certified as a Microsoft educator and as me expert. And that's last year I've been nominated scientist ambassador. So I'm always looking for new dynamic approaches to use while working with my students so they get engaged in the class. That was why I really wanted to take part of this pilot program. Okay, well, I created 3 different activities that I used it in 3 different groups of 7 grades. I got the cooperation of around like 40 families. So in those 3 groups, I have students with different needs, from gifted to special needs students. So these pilot helped me to really personalize the implementation in the class. Okay, this is a screenshot from my first activity. I used it to teach students about chemical pictograms that they can even find at home. So at first, I explained here a little bit about the goal of this activity. Then they have the web page where they can start doing the research, or they can watch a video depending of their needs. And once they have done both things, they were able to answer different questions about the pictograms. I found that this app has really strong strength because it was really easy for me to personalize the activity for different type of students. So it was really inclusive. It helped differentiation. I was able to teach other skills apart from the content tested because they were able to do a further research before answering the questionnaire. And I got the result straightforward. So for me, it was really time saver because I got like which student did the activity, which student didn't, how long did it take, were able to complete it in the time set. So it was really eye-opening. As a teacher, I found that it will be easier for teachers to create classes from the teacher role instead of changing to administrator. That you should get the students' result from every trial because once they've done the activity, even if they retake the activity, you don't get all their results. So I think it would be better if you could see how they have been improving if we are focused on a not summative task or like formative task. If we are focusing on formative tasks, it would be better to see how they improve. And I, as a science teacher, I would like to be able to insert formulas because I tried in the last activity and I wasn't really able to insert the actual formula. And just being a little bit tricky, I would love to have a library with pictures already set. So it's easier or faster to get the activities done. But using reform feedback for myself as a teacher is really user-friendly. For students, it was really intuitive. So it was really easy for them to work with it. And I really got a great support from the developers and the app. Every time that I got stuck, they sent emails and they helped me through it. Thank you for your time.
Thanks so much, Maria, for sharing your feedback. And it's great to see how well you've done with Edhance, and that it has been a true success for you and your students. It's amazing to hear about the progresses, and thank you also for pointing out that there is still room for improvement. The app is already amazing, but everybody can always get better and can always improve, and that's also why we're very proud to have such committed pilot teachers that really are working towards the improvement of the solution. We're very pleased to have you on the team. You've done an amazing work altogether, definitely. Thanks so much. Let us hear finally about Tulia. Tulia is Edhance educational mentors. She knows the team very well. She has been following them along the program, and she will tell us more about how reform has the potential to change the way we think about education and learning. Tulia, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Hello to everyone. Tell me if you are able to see my presentation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you very much. As some of you know me, and as Roman has just highlighted, I was the educational mentor. I'm a teacher. My role in the Impact EdTech project was the devil's advocate. So I try to give my expertise as a teacher trainer, scientific ambassador, and involved in many projects. Especially on the pedagogical side and on the methodology, on the things that improve learning, and of course that help teacher. So what I did through these months, so from the beginning of this course, was to try to suggest improvements and to discuss with the team how to have the best results with the app. I have to tell you that there is a great team behind the Edhance. So the Reform app is part of this great environment. So many of the highlights that Maria highlighted as a pilot teacher are things that are just on the table and will have some next improvements. So I suggest you before everything to take a look to the Edhance website that is up to date to give new improvements, new ideas, and help teachers to have the best. So as a teacher, as an educational mentor, what I wanted to highlight is not only the results, but if any of the people involved in this webinar or in
Hi, Tulia. Very sorry to interrupt, but I think the slides are not they're not moving. I don't know if you've changed it.
No, I didn't change yet. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. What I was saying is that as an educational mentor, but as a teacher, I think that through this webinar, I wanted just to give a little point of view of the Reform app in order to attract many other people to try it. So, therefore, I used part of the tutorials of the things that were produced during this period in the project, and taking the materials they developed for teachers. So this is the real view of the app. So when a teacher lands to the login in the Edhance environment, he can choose if being a teacher or a school administrator. Of course, the opportunity is for teachers now. So I show you how to work as a teacher. You see on the left in the menu, you can find the Reform app. And once you have already set some classes, some lessons, you can present the lesson. But what the Reform app gives the opportunity is to give the opportunity for students for teachers to work with formative assessment, as Maria highlighted, but for students themselves is very good because they can also self-evaluate. And we know that is very important for students when they are preparing for a test or when they are studying to self-evaluate. So teachers can prepare activities and they can also start from the scratch because through the tutorial they can start easily to prepare their activities. There are three main types of templates, let's say, of ways in which you can give the exercise, the tests. They can be tests, they can be homework, they can be exercises, but basically you can choose from several, let's say, tools in which you can use your own materials, so reuse from other previous tests that you have already set. You can include your own pictures, or you can take from a gallery of pictures. In the future, one of the main improvements that the Edhance team has in mind to do is to create a set of images that are free to be used. So without copyright. So with the Creative Commons rights, that is very good. Also, because when you use the technology, you also have to keep in mind that technology is just a mean. So is something useful for teachers to spare time, but is what we have in focus is our direct users, the students that can learn also about many other transversal skills to develop. So what I was saying, that you have three main types of template, what they call closed answers. So you can have multiple choice or single choice answers. You can include pictures from your own set of pictures, or you can use from a set of already in the future already prepared pictures. You can have a position fields, so it's a correspondence that is as you see, those kind of templates can fit the necessity of all kind of teachers, not only one specialized in one subject. So it can be from humanities to STEM teachers to language teachers. It's up to the fantasy of teachers. A third type of template is the fill in the text that is based on filling the blanks, and also here you can have some variables. I mean that you can use some drop-down menus, or you can just ask for filling with a specific word in order to develop the specific language of the subject that you are working on.
Hi, Julia, me again, but really sorry, but we cannot see the templates at all. The slides are still not moving on our end. Can you maybe exit full screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you see now?
Yeah, now we have it. But I think when you hit, yeah, let's keep it that way. We can see
I keep it this
well.
one. Okay,
thank you.
That's great. Thank you. So what I was saying, anyway, here you can see an example of the three types of templates that I was mentioning. And what I wanted to highlight is that, of course, we as teachers use a lot of platforms, and why do we have to choose to go here? The first thing to say is that it's a safe environment. It is GDPR compliant. It's very easy to use, and it can, as I was mentioning, it can satisfy many kind of needs. So starting from the templates, you can create an activity in which you have just as a CMS, so you have just to fill in some spaces where you give the question. You can upload a background image. In this case, as it is a position field, if you give a background, of course, you can move the correct answers through this background. And as you see, there is an editor what Maria was mentioning, that in her opinion is missing the way of writing formula. Somehow it's true, but there are also some suggestions to work with what is already there. That is, you can use the subscripts or the powers. You can also, as a suggestion, go through an add-on, a plugin from a web browser, and then copy and paste or just take as a picture the formula, especially when you work with, as I am a chemistry teacher or a math teacher, we need the LaTeX. But the purpose of the app is to give many opportunities. So at the moment, we can go on with other tips, let's say. So to prepare this position field, there are very easy buttons that help you through the process, and also there are some videos or some manuals that can be used by a teacher if it's his first time. In this case, you see there is a background. This is something that can be easily done. So you select the pictures or the words, and this is a correspondence exercise that can be useful for a language teacher, or for instance, it can be also, imagine in the lab you want to ask the students to know the exact name of the glassware. So after this, another example, this is the fill the blanket with a drop-down menu where students are requested to fill the blankets by choosing one of the answers already provided, or they can, the teacher can decide to set the fill the blank without giving some already done answers. And in this case, there is a tool through which the teacher can decide which kind of fill in the blank wants to use. And as you see in different colors, you can decide to just give the opportunity to insert one word or move in. That means that, and this is something that you always find as a tool in this kind of exercises, moving the word or the picture in order to give the correspondence or to give a selection. So in fact, in the menu, you find each time that you find that kind of template, you can choose which kind of exercise you want your students go through. Once that you have prepared the exercise assignment, that as I told can be an exercise, an homework, or a test, you can assign to the class, deciding each time what kind of assignment you have in mind to give the students. You can prepare as a draft, because you can set the date, so useful for teachers when they want to prepare from home and then give in a certain date. You can set the parameter, and these parameters are very useful because you can, if you decide to give us a test, like other tools, you can shuffle, so give random answers or random questions. But if it is for formative assessment, you can also decide to give only to part of the class, not to the whole class, in order to personalize learning. I have to highlight that this way of working is very appreciated also from girls because there is a mix of text, of pictures, of different kind and also creative way of working. Let's say that it can be personalized in order to the achievement that you want. And you can give to the students as we saw. There is also the possibility for the teacher to work out the activity directly on the whiteboard. If he wants to go through the test as a formative assessment during the lesson, or to correct the activity if this is the need. The evaluation, as Maria mentioned, can be seen as the whole class or a single student or a subject. Many times teachers struggle if they gave tests that are too difficult, so they have to, or too easy, and they wanted to see if the whole class is on the track. And this tool gives the opportunity to see that. But there is also the opportunity to see if the whole portfolio for each student. The thing that Maria highlighted, that is the possibility to see the different attempts of any student is something that is considered now from the Edhance team, and this is something that came from the piloting. I think that is very useful because when we work with a formative assessment, and also with the self-evaluation especially, is very useful for a student to see if he improves by going through the materials again, or listening to the teacher, or studying again in a better way. The user guide is very rich and can help any kind of a teacher to prepare the material in a very easy way. I have to say that the Reform app was born during the period of in which many schools were in online, then in integrated learning, but it is perfect for any kind of learning. And something that is very important to highlight is that all the tools are web-based, so they can work perfectly in any kind of device that can be a computer, a tablet, or even a smartphone if you are working with a bring your own device set. So I have finished. I don't know if there are any questions for any of us. I leave my email if anyone has any other curiosity later.
Thanks so much, Tulia. Thank you. Sorry about the mishap about the slides, but we managed to catch up. And thank you for the great presentation of all the activities. I know it's very rich, it's very diverse, and it seems like you have an extensive knowledge of the Reform app. I could almost say that you could be a part of the Edhance team, Maria as well. I mean, if there are job openings, I think Lucas and his team would be able to open you should you consider quitting teaching at some points. Yeah, you can. You are the best member of the team now.
I definitely hope that we will cooperate also in the future, and we already ask all of our teachers that if they will to participate on developing Edhance Reform, and as well as Tulia, she's with us from beginning, and she was or she has been tremendous help. So I believe that this is not over. Just the other way. This is just the beginning.
Of course, it's great to hear, and your family now. I think, yeah, by what I hear, it's amazing. So I have a couple of questions for you to end up this session nicely. I would like each of you, and I invite the other pilot teachers in the chat. You can also answer to my question. I would like you to tell me. Oh, I have a question actually. Amazing. And it's actually quite close to what I was about to ask. So we have Pavlina asking in the chat, Tulia and Maria, what was the biggest challenge for you in this project? And I believe the other pilot teachers are very welcome to answer. You can use the chat. So maybe who wants to go first? Maria, what was your biggest challenge?
Well, at the beginning, it was to convince the families and to choose the right group to do it with. But then it was like to set the exact time that I need for each class, because I was new using this app, but it wasn't really a challenge. It was just my own trial before trying it with the student. So for me, the biggest challenge was to get the cooperation and all the families signing all the sheets that were needed in order to be able to work with and get all the administrative work done before starting with the actual fun thing.
Nice.
If I can answer on my side.
Go ahead.
That is something. So for me, it was a really very nice taking part to this project as educational mentor, because you work in pair with also the business mentor and the team, and you needed to combine the market side with educational needs. So I was struggling with the pedagogical side, and of course. A startup, for definition, has to become a company and is looking to the market. So the most challenging, but also the most important, because for teachers, usually there is someone else who pay or someone else who decide. For teachers, what is perfect is to try to figure out what will be the best from what you are doing. And also the idea to try to think out of the box, because when you work in progress, you don't have everything done, and you imagine that is missing a very important part. Maybe this is in the mind of someone else. And this is a great for everyone, I suggest, to try to, this is something that came also from other projects, try to combine teachers with companies, with universities. So in order to have all the aspects, the pedagogical aspects, the market aspects, and also the functionality one. So I think that this was the great challenge.
And challenge overcome.
Comment,
Yes. Go ahead.
That, how I personally admire Tulia, how she is oriented and has knowledge in this like EdTech field and innovation field. And sometimes it was she gave us recommendation or advice on Spanish incubators or accelerators run under the Telefonica, and she knows the field, I bet, better than some tech founders across the Europe. And when we put all together, and if there was some really business abbreviation from some business modeling, Tulia was always eager to understand it deeply. So she asked what ARPC means, what is this metrics. So we were sure that we are putting all this together to function from business perspective and of course from educational perspective. So thank you very much.
Indeed, it seems that you're quite a pair and understanding well each other. That is brilliant. We have also answers from Anna and Maria in the chat. If you want to expand a bit more, you are able to unmute now and turn your camera on, Anna and Maria. Otherwise, I can just read your answers in the chat, but I've given you the ability to speak up if you want. Yes, Anna, I see you there.
I totally agree with Maria. At the beginning, all the signatures, papers to convince parents and to get all this start, it like was the hugest part and takes too much time. It's like I prefer to teach, not to do all the papers, so it was like really time consuming for me. And then just as Maria said, to have time to work with students on that, to put it in our normal work and to get used to students to work with the app, because they are not so much used to, even though after all this online education, they are not so open for all the new apps. So just like to start. And when we started, it was just like, oh my God, we have to finish. So I wish to have some more time to do it with them and to practice is much more as I did. So hopefully we will have some more opportunities to work together.
I hope so too, and it's true to answer to that the program is very ambitious. We're trying to pack everything in a very short amount of time, and also bearing in mind the school schedule and the closing of school for the summer. So it's a lot of paperwork. I do agree. And we also wish that you had more time to use it with your students. But it seems that even though on this short period of time, it was eye-opening, as Maria said, and it was a great experience overall. So that I'm very glad to hear. Let me read the comment from Maria, Maria pilot teacher Maria number 2. We had 2 in this team. She wrote that her biggest challenge was that the platform was not very easy to use at the beginning, but after creating 45 activities, everything became easier. And I see some heads nodding and the rest of you agreeing to that. Maybe someone wants to comment further on this one. How was it for you?
I would just like to comment on this, that all those struggles of our piloting teachers are very helpful in the way to make this onboarding process for the new users much more efficient. So we really deep dive into all those moments when they get lost, to make it better, and we need to divide this on the UX part of the development, which costs like a lot of expenses, takes time, but is much more better long-time solution, and some immediate solution which we can solve through video tutorial, through webinar, and we were able, I believe, to put together really like a working strategy towards the next month.
And if I can add something, is that the feedback from teacher is something that is always very appreciated. Also at the MIT, they use children to understand if what they developed is good. Because sometimes who develop something has in mind something that is perfect, but on the opposite side, there are many kind of teachers, many kind of students and classes. So an app to be perfect for a teacher to choose has to fit all situations, I would say.
Indeed, and that's the hardest part, I must say. But definitely the Edhance team has been an amazing listener, and you've taken on board any advice, anything that you could make improvement to, and you. I mean, yeah. Wait until a few months, and the app will be even better and skyrocketing in no time. So there's way to go, but you've been doing amazing, I can tell, and it's been a real pleasure to work with all of you. Which will bring me to my wrap up because we're running out of time and I don't want to hold anybody too long. So I will just use this last minute that is given to say huge thank you to everybody for the great work that you have accomplished over the past work, for the great teamwork, for the ability of smartly working with one another hand in hand and making the most of each other's skills and experience. You've been a great team. I wish you all the best for the future, for what's ahead. Enjoy the summer break as well. Take some time off. And I greet you goodbye. Congrats.
Bye.
It was a great pleasure.
Bye, Roman. Bye, everyone. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Have a great-
Bye. Have a great vacation.
And if you use, give bad comments that the Edhance team appreciate.
Yes, give a...
Everything that is constructive is really very appreciated.
Of course. And
Don't
give it 5-star on the
Yeah.
on the
Of
usage.
course.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.